Hi guys, Miss Chris here from the Fountaindale Library. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite toys when I was a kid. It was called a magic sand, a magic mirror. And mine was much bigger when I was younger, but I thought we could make one. It's super simple, and I think you're going to really enjoy it, and you'll have lots of fun with it like I did. Let's get started. Okay, so what you're going to get in each of your kits is you're going to get 2 bags. One is going to have salt, and one is going to have colored sand. This is our finished product. You're going to have a little frame. You're going to have a little sleeve, and you're going to have some glue dots, okay? So it's super simple. You're going to open up the sleeve and try to not get as much sand right in here. Once you close it, you'll get it in there, but if you get it in there, you're going to have to use your finger to get it out in order to close it. So the first step is to take a little bit of the colored sand, and you're going to pour it right in to here. And you're going to go about halfway. You don't have to be exact. Like that's probably not quite halfway, but this will just be our little sample. Tap it down so you get it into the corners, okay? And you're going to go about halfway. It doesn't have to be, now when you close this, you don't have to be real thick in there. You can add, and before you put it in your frame, you can add more, and however much you like. The next thing is going to be salt. Now sand and salt, their grains are different sizes. So this is why we're using them together. They won't mix well. Now you will end up getting them mixed a little bit. But the key is when they do mix, you kind of do this little tapping, and you have to have a lot of patience, but you'll see they start to separate. You just tap it, and you'll see, because the sand is going to go down because it's heavier, and the salt is going to rise to the top because it's lighter. Doesn't happen immediately, but it will happen. So if, as you're playing with your magic sand window, they get too mixed up, you can always do that. That's why we're using different types. So now the next, as you see what I'm doing, is putting some salt in there. And the salt is going to go in the middle. And like I said, it doesn't have to be exact, about halfway up. This I probably put more salt in than I did in my first one. And then you're going to add some more of the sand. Now in your kit, you also see, you probably have more sand than you need. I thought it was a good idea, in case you spill some, in case they get so mixed up and you just don't have the patience to let them separate, you'll have more sand to add in. So that's what it's going to look like initially. Now you're going to press down as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but get as much air as you can out, and then zip it closed like a Ziploc baggie. And that's, you can see I got a little bit of sand up there, but it didn't stop it from closing. If it doesn't close for you, come back and try to see if there's any little sand in there. And then, when you start to tip, you will see it start to spread and make designs. See how that goes? Isn't that awesome? I think it's so fun. So, the last step is easy. You're going to put it into its frame. Now you could leave it like this if you wanted to. I like to think it looks a little pretty like this. So it's going to fit up here. Now you're going to use the wide side on top so that you're hiding most of this. And again, make sure it's closed. You don't want it all spilling out. And you're going to line it up to the top here, because that way you're mostly getting the sand in the window. So first glue dots we're going to use, we're going to put them on our magic window. And maybe put one here. And whoops, a little tricky, a little sticky. One here in the middle here, and maybe 2 on the bottom of it. I think that will cover it. And then, oops, get on there. There we go. And then this one over here. And then you're going to flip it over. Now, I just realized something. I put it on the opposite side, which is okay. But if you do want to try to refill it, you're going to want to put them on the other side. This one I'm probably not going to refill because it's just a sample. But put your glue dots on the other side so that it'll be easier for you to open this up and refill if you need to. Okay? So for mine, it's okay. All right. So then we're going to line it up with the window and right along the top. And then push the glue dots down so that it sticks to your frame. And then you'll have some extra glue dots and just put them along the edge to close up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it'll just look like a nice frame. And if you have glue at home or you want to use less glue dots, you want to use more glue dots, however you want to do it is fine. I'm just going to put them in the four corners to keep it nice and closed. Now sometimes they stick to your fingers and makes it a little tricky, but I really like glue dots because they're nice and neat rather than glue. Maybe one in the middle here too. And I'm probably going to put some more glue dots in your kits too. So then you close it up and make sure those glue dots all adhere here, adhere here, adhere there. So then you're all done and you've got this gorgeous magic window and you can just play with it. It looks like mountains. Sometimes it's going to look like the ocean. Now each of you are going to have different colors. Mine is kind of this teal, but I know there's some very cool colors that I put into the kits. I hope you guys had fun. Enjoy your magic window. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.